What surprised me most about being a recovery coach was probably how fast-paced it was.
I didn't realize, on a practical note, just how much we'd be moving around all day. It's nonstop. You are on your feet 24/7. You really don't have to work out outside of this job.
The amount of people who were hurting. I didn't know that there were so many people who are in the program who are Christians who will still struggle with addictions.
The administrative part of the job that you wouldn't think would be there, but that so much of it is getting people to the right place at the right time, wearing the right thing.
I didn't realize that this job wasn't just about mentoring or just about becoming like pals with these clients. It's about guiding, it's about training, it's about teaching, it's about catching people in moments that are difficult and teaching them about how good God is in those moments.
What surprises me most about being a recovery coach, that our clients come in with an opportunity to turn their lives around, and some don't take advantage of that opportunity.
Coming in, I thought that I was going to come in and serve the way that I knew how to serve these women and love them the way that I was taught to love. And each of these women are completely different from one another and require different things.
Favorite part of my job is being able to speak life into the clients every day.
I've had days where I have come in such a bad mood, and somebody will do something or say something that just helps me readjust and reset. I laugh a lot.
Being able to have conversations and laugh and just have a good time with them, enjoy life with them, learn about God with them, see God move in their lives.
When they have a breakthrough, when they hear from the Lord for the first time.
How deeply you see God move among the clients that we serve, and how dramatic of a change that takes place. That's been a ridiculously huge blessing for me to be a witness to, and it blows me away every day, and it never gets old.
For me, seeing change, seeing the guys transform, that's something they don't necessarily know that's happening. They don't see the change going on in their lives, but I see change from day to day to day, you know, and it's just refreshing to see God at work. You just never know when you come in here, you see a guy come in, he's rough around the edges. The second day, he still may be rough around the edges, but yet he's starting to soften, you know, and that's just, I just love it. I love to see God working within their lives, even when they don't see it.
Working with a team of people for a ministry that just has not only saved my life, but I just watch people month after month graduate from this program, and they're just restored, and knowing that I had something to do with that, I mean, that's huge.
What I've found to be the most challenging about my job is clients who are missing their families and missing their children, and it's really hard on them, and I handle it by sharing similar stories of others who've came through, and having clients that are here share their stories with them in the hopes that they'll understand that it's just a phase they're going through and things will get better.
What I have found to be the most challenging in this position is the pressure of the job itself. Time is a limited thing, and so much has to be done on time within a certain time frame. I think the way that I've learned to handle it has been giving myself and everyone else around me a portion of grace.
Something that I found to be the most challenging is when a client gets discharged.
When clients are coming at you from all different kind of directions, you know, you get 2 or 3 at a time sometimes. Sometimes the line just seems like it never ended. That is always a challenge, and it drains you. It can just take everything out of you, trying to help everybody as the need comes. You need to be fed yourself. That's why I tell all the staff as they come on, make sure you're somewhere grounded yourself in the church. Make sure you're being fed yourself, because coming here to this ministry, it's going to take from you.
You are constantly on as a person. There's not a lot of times where even if you're having a hard day or you are maybe struggling to get to work on time or something, you can't let those kinds of things get you down or discourage you. You have to continue to trust in the Lord to help you get through the day. Your first and foremost job here at Teen Challenge is to serve the clients well, and in order to do that, you have to be able to have yourself taken care of well.
I think working here you can get spiritually drained, and just being able to take care of yourself and making sure that you're being fed. I've just had to be a lot more proactive about that, because you come in here and you just pour into these women and give them everything that you have, and at the end of the day, if you're not filling yourself back up, you're incapable of doing your job.
I did not think that I could do the amount of work that needs to be done in one day. Honestly, your to-do list is endless. You're never gonna get what you need to get accomplished in one day. It's gonna always carry on to the next shift or the next day.
That I wasn't gonna be able to fulfill God's call, that I didn't wanna lead people, that I was nervous, that I wasn't gonna do a good job.
This is going to sound a little crazy, but I didn't have a whole lot of fears starting the job as a recovery coach. I actually had the opposite problem, where I think I was really cocky and arrogant. And we don't recommend that, because this job will make you humble, because you'll make a lot of mistakes.
I've learned how to see God in situations that look very hopeless, and I've learned that He is still present. He's right there. He's not going anywhere. He's with us and He's with our clients in those moments where you don't have any idea what to say.
That I don't have to have it all together for these clients. I don't have to have all the answers. For them, I just need to be able to be there. The clients would teach you as much as you sometimes are there to teach. You find that you learn from their life and learn from what they're learning.
How merciful and compassionate God really is in the midst of dealing with us in our humanity, and seeing that on a daily basis, not just with people who are in the process of recovery, but in how things are handled staff among staff.
Sometimes we try to move too fast, to do too much, and we end up doing less. Take your time, slow down, and we can be more effective and more helpful.
You know what? Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy this journey. It's not about the rules. It's not about what's right and what's wrong as far as about how this guy may be doing something at the moment, but get to know the guys, build relationships. The better you build relationships with these guys, the better results you're gonna see for not just them, but as far as your career here as a recovery coach.
I think sometimes we come into this job and we think that we're gonna, be able to just pour into these women and just be their best friends and be there to encourage them and to support them. And sometimes, it gets pretty monotonous. Like you want to run out of here screaming, or you just feel like you're not really doing the most that you can do for them, because we're giving meds, we're, driving them places, and it kind of seems like we're a glorified babysitter. But at the end, of their 13 months or however long it takes them to get through this program, when they walk across that graduation stage and, and they share with you just how it meant so much to them that you were there with them, through whatever trials and just the small stuff, it really does matter to the clients. So just knowing and believing that each day you come to work isn't going to be some huge aha day, but it's going to matter to them in the end.
You're not alone in experiencing the emotions of utter joy and total failure. We become a family almost as co-workers, and it's so important to rely on each other and to work with each other well, not only professionally but also interpersonally, so that you can do this job, so that you can go home at the end of the day and feel like, wow, Lord, I got to see you do something awesome today, and I want to come back again tomorrow.
that He'll give you the wisdom that you need to get through the job, and that you have coworkers who are here to have your back.
You've been hired at this job for a reason, and you have like a really high call if you're gonna work here. So don't take it for granted, because it's an honor to do this job.